Welcome to Kiss My Biz, your weekly reality business show, where each week a business owner joins our good cop and bad cop duo looking for real but informative business solutions and resources to grow your business. Our good cop, Claude Jenkins, has a diverse career ranging from government, corporations, and management consultant. He is the Vice President of Operations at Global Business Development Center and a guardian angel for most businesses. Annette Gray, a.k.a. Bad Cop, is the President and owner of Global Business Development Center. She has 20 years experience in management, economic development, and marketing in the private and public sector. She is passionate about developing entrepreneurs. Let's join our dynamic duo as they place another business owner in the hot seat and find out if they are ready to kiss their business with love. Or is today the day they kiss their business goodbye?
Welcome, good evening to the Kiss My Biz show. I am Annette Gray, the bad cop, and I'm here with
Claude Jenkins, the good cop.
The Good Cop, Bad Cop reality business show every Monday from 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Hopefully you're listening to us live on www.globalbusinessdevelopmentcenter.com or on iHeartRadio. This week we have Katie Cousins, who is owner of a magnificent 6-bedroom, 6-bathroom villa in Montego Bay, Jamaica, and Katie is here. We're going to talk about some of the challenges of owning, operating, and managing an international business. Welcome, Katie.
Thank you, Annette. It's nice to be here.
How are you?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
So, Katie Cousins, if you listened to the show last week, and shame on you if you didn't, you will remember that her husband, owner of Cousins Law Firm, was here last week. So you should be an old pro. Last week you got the opportunity to sit and watch to see how everything would happen, and so here you are again this week. Did you have a good week?
Yeah, I did. How about you?
It was a challenging and interesting week. We're just going to leave it there.
Okay.
So before we jump into our hot seat, our client in our hot seat, we won't beat you up too badly.
Thank you.
Claude, why don't you get everybody up to date on what's happening at home at the GBDC Center?
Back at the center, yes, and we have the, excuse me, what do we have next week? We have...
A brain lapse.
Thank you. Oh, dangum. Oh, well, I'll skip over that and come back to it.
Okay, so I'll pick up the ball. Thanks,
yeah,
Claude.
okay.
I'll bail you out this time.
Please.
What are bad cops for? So we have the grant writing boot camp starting tomorrow night, Tuesday and Wednesday.
Tuesday and Wednesday.
We have some great folks that are registered, and they can look forward to learning how to write a grant template in this challenging economic climate, which is so much different than 5-10 years ago.
And they've been sent their homework.
And they have a pre-assignment that they have to do, and it's going to be a very dynamic, enjoyable, and very information-packed 2 days. And then next week, we kick off our Valentine's package.
Yes.
And I'm surprised you forgot about this because you're teaching most of the classes.
No, and I can remember at least one of them.
Okay.
The first one is in, I think, 5 February, and that's pricing for profit, where we're going to actually show the owners how to price their service or their products to make a profit and to be competitive.
And these workshops, our Valentine's Day workshop series, is free. There is a learning opportunity or workshop every Wednesday in February, and so we will be offering a series of workshops to help you grow and manage your business. So hop on globalbusinessdevelopmentcenter.com to take a look at the schedule. So now we are going to back to Miss Katie Cousins and Serendipity Villa. Tell us a little bit about Serendipity.
Well, it's a gorgeous, like you said, a fabulous 6-bedroom, 6-bath villa. It sits right atop the Half Moon Golf Course. It has a spectacular view of the Caribbean Sea. And that's what really caught our eye when we visited the villa and decided to purchase it, was the spectacular view. But on top of that, it has a wonderful staff of 5 that will just cater to all your needs while you're there visiting. And there's much to do if you do want to go out and enjoy golf, tennis, boating, fishing, water sports, different excursions on the island. You know, Jamaica has a plethora of things to do, whether it's tubing, or what is that thing where they zip line?
Zip line, or
horseback riding, ATVing. There's nothing that you can't do in Jamaica except maybe skiing, but you can bobsled.
Yes, you can. Yes.
We're a very creative culture.
Very.
So I think most folks know that I'm Jamaican, so I can't be impartial here. I have to say it is a beautiful island. It's a beautiful villa. I am a very big fan of villa traveling, though. I choose to use villas not only in the Caribbean but in Europe when I travel.
Actually, if you remember, you were the one that introduced us to villa travel.
Oh my!
And yes,
I did forget that.
Yes, we were. My husband was looking for a place to take us on. I think it was the 13th wedding anniversary.
Oh yes.
And he asked you, and you said, "Take her to a villa in Jamaica."
Yes.
And I got bit.
Oh.
There's nothing like a villa vacation.
There really isn't.
It does not compare to a hotel stay. It does not compare to a bed and breakfast. It is its own unique type of vacation.
I love that you can package it in such a way to meet your needs. If you want to be catered to from the moment you step off the airplane, your private driver can pick you up, and then you have a staff that will not only cook for you and everything at your disposal, you know, of course, the limit of your budget and how much you want to be pampered. I absolutely love villa traveling. So tell us a little bit about what kind of clientele you're looking for at Serendipity Villa.
Well, we serve the needs of many people. We have golf groups, all male golf groups. They love it because they don't have to worry about going out and getting meals. You know, they just get up, they eat breakfast, and they hit the course, and then they're back for lunch, and then they hit the course again, and they come back, they drink, and they're tired, and they go right to bed. And then we
At least that's what they tell their wives.
That's what they do. And then we have women who go on all women outings, and they just relax and sun at the beach and just party and have a good time. We have families. It's very good for families with young children. And then we have 2 or 3 generations that will come and stay at the villa at a time, you know.
Yeah, one of the things we should bear mentioning is that the villa has its own tennis courts, and it sits atop of the Half Moon Golf Resort, and their golf. It's actually in between 3 of the world international golf courses.
Exactly.
Right there in Montego Bay, Jamaica. So if you're a tennis enthusiast or a golf enthusiast, this is a wonderful property for you.
Right.
But let's talk a little bit about why you're here today. So you're the owner of a small international business.
Yes.
You are forced to manage staff internationally, deal with cultural differences in exchange, and then your clients are coming from all over the world to stay at the villa. Tell us a little bit about some of the challenges or a question that you'd like Claude and I to tag team tonight.
Well, fortunately, we have a wonderful staff at the villa, and I have a fabulous manager. So that, for me, is a blessing that I don't have to deal with those things, which could be a problem if I had to manage it overseas. What I find challenging is reaching out to potential customers in Canada, Russia, Germany, places where cold places that the villa would suit, you know, the needs of travelers in those areas. Also, exchanging money between Jamaica and the States or some of these other places. Recently, someone from Canada booked, and they wanted to pay by something that's similar to PayPal. But I couldn't get the exchange done in Jamaican dollars.
I see. So do you accept payment in Jamaican currency or in U.S. currency, since you are here in the United States?
I try to stick to U.S. currency. One of the biggest places I advertise is vrbo.com. And although they accept payments in U.S. dollars for U.S. banks, they are not yet taking Jamaican dollars or Jamaican banks. So that's a problem. When I have someone book through VRBO, I cannot direct them to pay through that site. I have to make alternative arrangements to have them either send me a check or do it by American Express or some other card.
Right, right. Well, I think that's pretty industry standard, though, because when I think about all of the villas that I've stayed in in the south of France, in Germany, in Paris, and they're really, unfortunately, it's one of those things that's part of the industry norm. So if you want to stay at a villa, you will have to understand, and your information on the site says what currency that you will accept in, and I don't find many villa owners when I travel making an exception to that rule. I do want to say that it's very important that you do put a language translator on your website. And you should talk to a web developer to assist you in doing that.
Well, we do have that.
Okay.
You know, the sites that I advertise on do have those built in. But sometimes it's not so much the language, it's just the difference in culture.
Okay.
With the European travelers, they want to travel for 2 or 3 weeks at a time.
Right.
As opposed to, you know, U.S. travelers that want to go for a 4-day weekend.
Okay.
And so dealing with them is a little different because they have long-term needs, but then budget is not necessarily long-term.
Right, exactly.
And we have to find ways to accommodate, you know, their needs in that aspect, and that can be challenging. I don't want to miss out on a 3-week booking.
Right.
But I can't always give it to them at the same rate that I would give a 1-week booking.
No, absolutely, and I understand that. And you know what? Every business does have its challenges. We're going to take a break and come back and continue the conversation about doing business internationally, cultural differences, not only in terms of lifestyle, but also in technology and currency. When we do come back, we have Hubert McIntosh from Remap. He is a SBA certified CPA, and we're going to have a conversation about the dreaded upcoming tax season and all of the changes and nuances. So please feel free to remember to give us a call at 888-565-1470, or you can Facebook or tweet me a question for Hubert and or myself.
Coming to Jamaica in search of true relaxation, complete escape, or exhilarating adventure, Serendipity will offer unpredictable and delightfully pleasant discoveries as well. Nestled in the pristine hills of Spring Farm atop the world-class Half Moon Golf Course, Serendipity's location is ideal. From the spectacular perch on the elegant corridor, you are minutes from the best Jamaica has to offer in dining, shopping, sightseeing, nightlife, golfing, beaches, music festivals, and the newly built convention center. With the new modern roadways that serpentine along the Caribbean Sea, Ocho Rios and Negril are just 90 minutes away. Call today, 1-90-DO-DIPITY, or visit our website, www.serendipityjamaica.com. It's no wonder Travel and Leisure has dubbed the north coast of the island the Jamaican Riviera. Call today, 1-90-DO-DIPITY. Escape from the ordinary at Crane's Beach House Hotel and Tiki Bar, a tropical paradise nestled in the heart of Delray Beach. Distinctive, authentic Florida charm with a tranquil Key West-like experience just 1 block from the Atlantic Ocean. Call today, 866-372-7263. Relax and unwind at their Tiki Bar. Enjoy live music Thursday through Sunday, or reserve the whole space for your private event or special occasion. Crane's Beach House Hotel and Tiki Bar. Come get away today. Call 866-372-7263. Welcome back to Kiss My Biz, where we have another business owner on the hot seat. If you can't stand the heat, don't get in the kitchen. Our good cop, bad cop duo continues to challenge today's business owners to take on the 21st century business world fearlessly. Now, back to our show.
And we are back with Serendipity Villas. I'm Claude Jenkins, the good cop.
I need you to stop forgetting who you are. I'm Annette Gray. I am the bad cop. And we're here with Katie and Cousins and talking a little bit about doing business internationally. And we were having a conversation about accepting method of payments in different foreign currency and the challenges with that. So while we were at break, you clarified the question. And the question really relates to the method of payment as opposed to the technical issues behind it or or the culture and the people themselves. It's a method of payment. It's interesting that no matter what business you're in, you're going to have some downsides. So with this business, this is going to be the downside. You have to just set the level of expectations clearly in writing and clearly with the expected customers. It's interesting because I do know that most Europeans do not readily want to use a credit card. It is not their first choice of payment.
Exactly.
It shouldn't be for us here in America either. But it is a different mindset. Having traveled in Avila International and traveled extensively in Europe, they do have a card. They typically will have a credit card. They just will not readily make it available for use, which I think is a more healthy mindset that we have here. So what I find that most villas do is accept either money orders or wire transfers. And interestingly enough, the European client would be more inclined to wire money to your bank than use a credit card. So that might be an alternative option. For those clients, you can also extend your deposit dates. So if someone is wanting to resist paying via credit card or wire transfer, you can then say, well, I need your deposit, 3 months out or something along those lines. Give you enough time for the check to come to you, clear the bank, and resolve any issues. What do you think about that?
That sounds good. It does not take into account my visitors that book at the last minute, however. But
there's where your credit cards come in,
that's
where your
right.
merchant services company that you're using should have no problem setting the system up for you to convert the system to whatever their credit card is into the money that you're looking for, and vice versa.
And there are some challenges because, Claude, just because I'm a frequent user of villas, there is always a third party involved. There is a booking agency, a clearinghouse agencies that represent a lot of villa owners, and I suspect it's their resistance to change and technology that really what I'm hearing you say a little bit.
Well, for the booking agents, they handle the money for the most part, and they have each one decides how they pay me as the villa owner.
Okay.
Sometimes it's by wire, sometimes it's by check. It just depends on each individual book agent. But I do a lot of marketing on my own through sites like vrbo.com, listing number 282902, and Airbnb and those sites.
Right.
And this is where the challenge comes in for me.
So it might be worth it to look into that counterpart technology to our PayPal, or even look into PayPal themselves, because if they do business internationally, they might have a code that you can use to put on your account. Maybe you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just contact PayPal and ask them what their international businesses use and how that translate, because they're a global business, PayPal. So I'm sure they have a solution that's probably readily available to answer the question. So I don't want us to leave without you telling us a little bit about the Business Traveler. One of the things I do know is a beautiful conference center. Just completed just down the road from your villa in Montego Bay, Jamaica. And since our audience is also made up of business owners, let's talk a little bit about some of the positives of a business traveler using the conference center and then staying at the villa.
Well, first I'd like to say, for those of you who have traveled to Jamaica and visited Ocho Rios and the Grill, Montego Bay is a much different atmosphere. It's a lot more sophisticated, a lot more professionals visit there, and it's a little quieter. So it is the ideal place for a business conference center like what they built there. And because of Serendipity's proximity to the conference center, it's a great place to stay if you're traveling for business. We do have business inquiries all the time. I won't say that I've had a success at getting a lot of them, but we do have them from time to time.
But I think it's also an opportunity to educate your business traveler, because you can manage your expenses quite a lot better than you will with a hotel, because you can build your budget accordingly. So you have a lot more control over food coming and goings, and flexibility in terms of, you know, booking dates and those types of things. So we have to wrap up before we bring Hubert McIntosh on board. Tell us again how to find Serendipity and how they can reach you and book a wonderful vacation.
Well, I know that the number for Serendipity has been posted on the internet there, 1-800-DO-DIPITY.
Okay.
And if you visit vrbo.com, our listing number is 282902.
Okay.
Or you can search by Serendipity, Montego Bay, Jamaica.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us and talking a little bit about doing business globally. We do have to take a break, and when we get back, we will be talking about the upcoming tax years and some of the challenges and tips for getting through it.
There we go.
Are you in need of legal representation and just can't find a legal team that understands your dilemma? Cousins Law Firm is a cohesive blend of attorneys and legal assistants of diverse backgrounds and cultures. This broad scope of experience gives them a well-rounded and fresh perspective on cases and client needs. They have offices to serve clients across the nation, specifically West Palm Beach, Florida. Call today, 561-835-1727, or visit the website www.cousinslawfirm.com. The firm's logo, the white horse, is a biblical symbol of truth, humility, and justice, principles on which they base their practice. Their goals at Cousins Law Firm is to provide full service and satisfaction to their clients during every step of representation. Call today, 561-835-1727, and get the best representation you deserve. Global Business Development Center is a one-stop shop boutique firm specializing in services for public and private organizations, small businesses, and entrepreneurs looking to establish, grow, or improve their profit margin. The organization is primarily dedicated to help clients explore new markets, as well as startup and expansion opportunities by providing training, support services, funding, and business development resources. Call today, 561-894-4500, or visit our website, www.globalbusinessdevelopmentcenter.com. We provide products for business owners at every stage of business development, from idea feasibility through startup, growth, and expansion. We use state-of-the-art technology, including webinars, as well as video and phone conferencing to meet the needs of our clients globally. Call today, 561-894-4500, and get your business started in the right direction. Welcome back to Kiss My Biz, where we invite you to call at 888-565-1470 and speak to our subject matter expert and access resources that will grow your business. www.globalbusinessdevelopmentcenter.com is our website for further information. Now, back to Kiss My Biz.
Welcome back to the Kiss My Biz show. We are on the second half of our show, and we're here with Hubert McIntosh from Remap, which is an accounting firm here in West Palm Beach. But a little bit more than accounting, they're a real estate, money management, and asset protection firm. Specifically today, Hubert has about 5 minutes to introduce himself and tell us how to get a hold of him so they can assist with some tax planning tips for this year. Welcome, Hubert. How are you?
Thank you very much, Annette. Thank you, Claude. It's a pleasure being here, even though I'm under the gun with 5 minutes, but thank you. Our firm is Remap, Real Estate, Money Management, and Asset Protection. It's a wealth management firm focusing on taxes and accounting and helping individuals with estate planning and so forth, so that they can not just concern themselves about accumulating wealth, but also keeping it and protecting it for themselves and their family. We're located in West Palm Beach at the corner of the southwest corner of Belvedere and Military Trail, and our office number is 561-623-0241, 561-623-0241, and you can visit us on the web and you'll find a little bit more about our company. It's www.remap.com. That's re-mmap.com.
Oh, fantastic. You're a professional. Woohoo! I like it. So, if you were to advise just one or two short tips for the upcoming tax year, what are the most crucial, maybe a change that our listeners should pay close attention to this year?
Great. That's a brilliant question, Annette, because the IRS is targeting some things this year, and two of them is really targeting the small business owner. One of them is that the IRS has been lenient over the years with companies categorizing employees as contractors. The IRS, it's one of the hot buttons this year where they're seeing that they're losing so much money by misclassification that they're really targeting the small business owners who are misclassifying employees and calling them contractors, because the IRS is looking at it as tax evasion, because that person is trying to avoid the self-employment tax and the matching for that employee. So that's one hot button.
Oh, South Florida, we're in for it now. So, and another, can you quickly give us another?
Yes, another one also is I just want you to be careful out there with, because a lot of tax professionals sometimes tell individuals that they can use their home, because if they're working out of their home, they can use their home as a deduction. But there are some stringent measures there, because that area of your home that you're using, it has to be exclusively, and who is interpreting it exclusively? The IRS.
So the dog's pen cannot be there, the cat's litter box cannot be there, there can't be a TV and a sofa. It has to be the primary use and office.
Absolutely, yes, because you mentioned something here. A TV sometimes can disqualify it. You know, some clients will try to say, well, the TV is for, yes, but what are you doing with TV? What are you watching? Are you in stock trading? That might be a little different. You're watching Kramer, but you know, it's a very tough thing to look at. So I just want you guys to be aware of that. And with the short time I have, I want to give you business owners one particular tip, because sometimes what we do when we send out client organizers, I know sometimes it's painful because it's 3 pages and the client don't want to go through the client tax organizer. But as tax professional, that client organizer is to help you, because sometimes we don't know what changes you had over the previous year. And this is an opportunity where you can take your time, brainstorm, and make sure you put everything that happened last year.
Okay, fantastic. So that was very concise. That was very eloquent. I want to thank you so much. You did tell us how to reach you. Is there anything else coming up at REMAP that we need to know before we head out for the evening?
Well, as I come back, one other thing we're also, because a lot of the shows, even the shows on here, talk a lot about wealth accumulation, but I'm not hearing a lot of people talking about distribution. At REMAP, we're very adept in helping you to streamline that wealth that you have accumulated so that it's protected and it's distributed the way how you want it and not the way how the IRS wants it.
Fantastic. You are a wealth of information. We're looking forward to having you back on the show. Claude, you were very quiet today.
Yes.
Well, take us out for the weekend.
Okay, gang. You have been listening to Kiss My Biz with the good cop Claude Jenkins and the
bad cop Annette Gray.
And we are gone.
Have a wonderful week.
You've been listening to Kiss My Biz, your weekly reality business show, where each week a business owner joins our good cop and bad cop duo looking for real but informative business solutions and resources to grow your business. Tune in again next time for more Kiss My Biz. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of the station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Global Business Development Center is a one-stop shop boutique firm specializing in services for public and private organizations, small businesses, and entrepreneurs looking to establish, grow, or improve their profit margin. The organization is primarily dedicated to help clients explore new markets, as well as startup and expansion opportunities by providing training, support services, funding, and business development resources. Call today, 561-894-4500, or visit our website, www.globalbusinessdevelopmentcenter.com. We provide products for business owners at every stage of business development, from idea feasibility through startup, growth, and expansion. We use state-of-the-art technology, including webinars, as well as video and phone conferencing to meet the needs of our clients globally. Call today, 561-894-4500, and get your business started in the right direction. Hello, are you a family caregiver?